Hey guys, this is Jamie from the Modern Talk, and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about running contests as a marketing tool and how you can get more business by running contests with your current clients. This is something that I'm doing as part of my own little personal marketing boot camp that I've been working through to really market my business these first few weeks of 2012. And I wanted to share with you a little bit about how I'm doing this. Um, the reason that you might want to do a contest is because it's a great way to strum up word of mouth advertising, and people are really influenced by what their friends and family think about stuff. So if you can get a bunch of people talking about your business and saying how awesome it is and how they love your work, you're going to have a lot more possibility of them coming back to you when they need a photographer. It's a huge asset to you to do something like this. Some of the things you're going to want to do, it has to be easy to enter. If you make it really difficult to enter, people aren't going to want to do it. It's not going to be worth it. And you need to make sure you have a prize that's worth taking some effort and putting some time into. So I like to offer a 16 by 20 inch canvas. It's a several $100 value to my clients, and they love them. I show them to everybody. I have a lot of people who buy them, so getting an extra canvas is something that they really get excited about, and it shows off my work. So when they put a beautiful canvas up in their house and somebody walks in and says, "Oh my gosh, that's beautiful, who's the photographer?" they can say, "Oh, I'm a tree photographer." That's why I like to offer canvas. But you can offer anything you like, just make sure that it's worth it to your customers. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is Facebook, because there's a lot of rules regarding how you can run a contest on Facebook and what you can and can't do, and it's one of the main things I see people abusing. And I know a lot of people have actually had their pages taken down, lost their own personal profile for doing business stuff on it when they shouldn't, and all sorts of things. So I wanted to clear up some of the rules regarding running a contest and what Facebook has to say about it so that you don't end up in the wrong camp, because we want to make sure we're following their terms of service so we don't get shut down or have other negative repercussions happen because of it. Some things you can do is you can ask people to like your page. So that's a good thing. You want to, encourage people to become fans of your page. It cannot be how they enter. So that can't be like the automatic, like just by liking the page, they're automatically entered. You do need to have another way of marking that that's their entry. So I have them come and comment on my blog that, "Hey, I liked your page." And so that's how they actually enter. But you can require them to do that to receive an entry. That's totally fine and good with Facebook. You can require them to check in at your location, and you can also require them to connect to your app. Now you may be thinking, "Oh, I'm never going to create an app. That's for those web savvy people, whatever." But if you have Facebook comments on your website, which I do, I actually had to create an app on the Facebook developers page to install Facebook comments on my website, and so that's an app that I can use to have them connect to. I can use that as part of the contest. So you might, if you do have Facebook comments on your blog, which I highly encourage you to have if you don't, because of how viral it can be. You probably have an app that you can ask them to connect to. So look into that to make sure. Things you can't do: you cannot use the like button to count votes. So you can't put up a photo or a gallery and say, the person who gets the most likes or the most comments will win. So you can't do that within Facebook. That's not allowed. And a lot of people do this, and Facebook gets really upset when they find out that you're doing stuff like this. So don't do it. Not worth it. I personally think that it's best to keep your contest off of Facebook itself, so you don't want to put up a photo gallery and then have people vote there or something, which is probably against Facebook's terms of service. Rather, put it on your blog, make a blog post about it, and run it all from your website. You can't make people post a specific status to their page for a vote. So you can't say, spread this note and you get an extra vote, that sort of thing. So try and keep it all on your website as much as possible. You might think that this is bad because you won't get as much sharing, because Facebook's really great for sharing. But if you have the Facebook comments on your site, and that's an app, that does post to people's walls. It doesn't require them to, so you're not requiring them to. They're free to do that if they want. It doesn't count as a vote if it goes, or it doesn't count as an extra vote if it goes to their walls or something. But it is a great way to incorporate some of the viral nature without breaking Facebook's terms of service. So. And then the other thing that's important to know, you can't notify your winners using Facebook. You need to have an email address or some other way, give them a call or something, but Facebook doesn't want you to do that. So yeah, don't go to your Facebook messages and let them know, hey, you won, whatever. So there's a lot of other rules too that Facebook has, but those are the main ones that I see people confused about. And I'll link below to their terms of service or their promotional guidelines that they have in their terms of service. It's not very long. It's like 10 or 11 rules. You can look through it there and read it and make sure there's no other ways that you're breaking their terms of service. So yeah, look through that before you do any contest just to make sure. So, my current promotion. What I'm doing is I took some of my favorite portraits from the year, one from each couple, and I posted one portrait on a blog post with their name and their location on it, and basically just told people that there's two ways that they can enter. So, they have to go to my blog, first and foremost. It's not on Facebook. And then they have to leave a comment on my blog, and they can leave up to 2 different comments for votes. So, the first one is telling me what couple they're voting for, but not only who, but why, because I want to see them say something about the photo, not because I want to hear great stuff about our work, which is kind of nice, but not my point for doing this, but because I have Facebook comments on my blog, and it's possible that this is going to post to their newsfeed or their profile, I want them to say something nice about the photo. So I want them to say, Ben and Amanda's photo is just so colorful and shows so much love between them. And so instead of just saying Ben and Amanda, or I vote for Ben and Amanda, which, no one who sees that on their profile is going to care about, if they see, Ben and Amanda's photo is gorgeous, it's full of color, they show so much love, then they might actually be interested in clicking on that link, because it'll have a link back to that post because of how the app is set up. And you might actually get extra traffic because of that. So that's why I have them put something about the photo and not just, I vote for Ben and Amanda. So make that very clear in your rules, otherwise people will just write their names and you won't get that extra traffic back to your site. The next way they can get a vote, so that was one vote. The second vote is they can go to my page and like it, and then come back to my blog and then copy and paste a specific comment on into the comment section. So the reason I do this is because I want to track which ones are just their own comments and which ones are from people liking our page. So I have them all write something along the lines of, I liked Lemon Tree Photographers because the photo they took of, and then they insert the couple they're voting for's name, the photo they took of them was really great or is awesome or something like that. I don't remember the exact words. But so then when I'm looking through my comments, when I'm counting up the votes on my website, I'm going to be able to say, oh, this one was from them just voting, and then this one is from them liking my page. And I can go back to my page and verify that they did in fact like the page. It's a lot of work, but it makes it a little easier to tell. And then again, if they put that in the Facebook comment section and let it post to their profile, which is an option, their friends and everybody who's connected to them can see that, hey, they like this photographer because of some awesome photo. So they're likely to look up our photography business. So that's why I like to do it that way. So that's kind of what we're doing. We've gotten a ton of traffic from it because it's easy to enter. People are excited to promote it. Being able to use like the Facebook Comments app on your website is huge for adding the viral nature to it. But you get a lot of people coming and voting and people promoting it for their friends and such. So we've gotten a ton of traffic. We've gotten a few inquiries directly because of the contest saying, hey, I saw so-and-so's photo in this contest. We'd like to work with you or something like that. So that's how I'd run a contest or a promotion to help with marketing. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, thanks. Hope you learned something good and have a lovely day.